Spider-Man is one of the most powerful superheroes in the Marvel universe, but he's still got room to grow. What if he mastered Doctor Strange's magic? Let's dive into what would happen. Peter Parker has always been a hero, even before he was bitten by that radioactive spider. He was a quick learner, able to grasp new concepts easily. This made him perfect for Tony Stark's internship at Stark Industries. He learned mechanics and engineering quickly enough to design his own suit and became a master of it in no time. Even without his suit, Peter was able to defeat opponents with his quick thinking and fighting skills. So when he teamed up with Doctor Strange and the other Avengers to fight Dormammu, he was able to hold his own against the powerful villain. But what if Peter was able to use magic to become even more powerful? What if he had the ability to cast spells and manipulate reality like Doctor Strange? Well, first off, let's talk about the training. Doctor Strange didn't just wake up one morning with the ability to cast spells. He had to train for years in the mystic arts to learn how to use them effectively. The same would be true for Spider-Man. At first, his attempts at magic would be clumsy and uncontrolled, much like his early days as a web-slinger. But as he practiced and honed his skills, he would become more powerful and precise with his spells. But here's where things get interesting. Unlike Doctor Strange, who relied heavily on his mystical abilities, Spider-Man already had a strong set of skills to draw from. His super strength, agility, and spider sense would make him a formidable opponent even without magic. But with magic? Well, that's a whole other story. Imagine Spider-Man swinging through the city with ease, dodging bullets and weaving through traffic while casting spells left and right. He could use his webbing abilities to ensnare his enemies or create portals to swing around the city even faster. And with his spider sense, he'd be able to sense danger before it even happened, giving him the time he needs to prepare a counterspell. But there's more. Spider-Man's personality would also influence how he uses his magic. He's a hero who's always trying to help people, even his enemies. When he fought with Mysterio in the first Spider-Man movie, he actually tried to reason with the villain and make him see the error of his ways. With great power comes great responsibility, and Spider-Man wouldn't use his magic to harm others. Instead, he'd use it to protect the innocent and help those in need. Now, this doesn't mean he'd be a goody two-shoes. Spider-Man has a sense of humor, and he's not afraid to use it. Just imagine the quips he'd come up with while battling evil doers with magic at his disposal. He'd probably have a few tricks up his sleeve that would make his enemies tap out, like turning their weapons against them or making their powers backfire. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Using magic would also come with its own set of problems. For starters, Spider-Man would have to keep his powers a secret. If the general public knew that he had magic powers, then he'd be targeted by all sorts of bad guys who want to steal his power for themselves. He'd also have to deal with the temptation to use his magic for personal gain. Spider-Man has always been a humble hero, but what would happen if he had the power to change his own destiny? Would he use it or would he resist the temptation? In the end, Spider-Man mastering Doctor Strange's magic would not only make him an even more powerful hero, but it would also make him more complex. He'd have to deal with the challenges of using magic while keeping his identity secret and resisting the temptation to use it for personal gain. It would be a new and exciting chapter in Spider-Man's life, and we can't wait to see what happens next. So what do you think? How would Spider-Man use his magic, and what kind of challenges would he face as a result? Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.